Gemma, you mentioned a royal commission. Even today, the family of Lindt Cafe siege victim Katrina Dawson has condemned Anthony Albanese for rejecting a federal royal commission. They say that only a national inquiry can pierce Commonwealth secrecy and properly address rising anti-Semitism and Islamist extremism. You know, Gemma, it really is extraordinary that the Prime Minister is digging his heels in on this. What is he so afraid of?
Well, that's the only question that matters here. And the longer that he's so resistant to what is a logical response to this terrible, terrible tragedy, the deeper that question goes. What is he hiding for? I mean, this is the government that came to power saying we will be transparent. They have been anything but transparent by any number of metrics, including how they're approaching freedom of information applications, various things like that. This government has questions to answer, and the fact that it is so heavily resistant to answering them is a massive, massive problem. None of the excuses, I suppose you could call them, because they're not reasons, they're just excuses. None of the excuses of the Albanese government in relation to saying no to a Royal Commission are reasonable, are responsible, or are transparent. They are straight from Talking Points 101, and I can vouch for that because I write them for clients from time to time.
Yeah.
They are lacking in the very things that are required at a time like this from a government, which is transparency, courage, honesty, owning of mistakes, and leadership. We're looking for leadership, and there is none.
Well, we're begging. We're begging. I mean,
Chris
for leadership,
Minns, as you rightly said, has been excellent, but
yes,
a state-based Royal Commission can only do so much, and it comes back to the very substantive point which you raised quite rightly, is what is the government under Anthony Albanese hiding from?
Exactly. And look, Graham, I have to say, this is not about a witch hunt, okay? This goes beyond politics.
Absolutely.
This is not about calling out one government for doing this, one government for doing that. It's actually ensuring the safety of Jews, the safety of all Australians, making sure that people in this country respect our values, that we're trying to stamp out radical Islam, and more importantly, Graham, to ensure that something like this never happens again.
That's right. And fundamentally, it's about when something goes wrong, you have to have a proper look at what occurred to stop it happening again. And the impression that you're getting from the federal government is they really are making it up as they go along. To use as an excuse that there was no Federal Royal Commission into Port Arthur or the Lindt Cafe was immediately demolished by those who were involved in inquiries following the Lindt Cafe. The jurisdictional issues were such that there wasn't an opportunity to question federal authorities. It would be hamstringing an inquiry in New South Wales to expect it to fully explore what had happened across the whole gamut of security agencies and other things. And that has been highlighted. I think it's left the Prime Minister exposed. We don't need more excuses. We really need a proper inquiry.
Yeah, and we need action pretty urgently. Look, you're both spot on. I mean, look, it's been a terrible week here in Australia, and it's so a shame, really. I feel like it's put a downer, really, on Christmas, but we could certainly do with some Christmas cheer. So before I let you both go, I just want to change tack just very, very quickly because how's this for spreading some Christmas spirit? A Good Samaritan down in Tassie has walked into the local Kmart and paid off every single item for the families who had set aside Christmas gifts. Apparently the person responsible hasn't come forward yet. I mean, Gemma, there are plenty of examples of people putting others in need first right around Australia at this time, but how good's this?
It just gives me hope. I mean, I'm the person who's always looking for hope, generally speaking, sometimes misplaced, but this is, to me, the fundamental goodness that forms the basis of our society, no matter where you're from. Like you said, we love this country. We want to do people who are find themselves in a position to do good. And I'm going to add to that Christmas cheer if I can. I ran into someone today. Actually, it was a lovely lady who turned my beach hair into something respectable for this show. And I asked her what she was doing for Christmas. This is a couple of hours ago, and she said, actually, my daughter and I are going to, I think it's Mission Australia, I'm not sure, but they're giving haircuts to the homeless tomorrow. They're not having Christmas lunch with their family. They're doing that, and her daughter is going to be braiding hair. She's a hairdresser. I just love that. I'm sure it's happening all around Australia, but This is the stuff.
That is the stuff, and we need that sort of cheer right now because it's been a terrible end to the year. We've got to leave it there. Gemma Tognini, Graham Lloyd, Merry Christmas to both of you. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. Really appreciate it.